Hey y'all, it's Ryan Pledger here at the Infinite Outdoors, and today we're going to be doing a Skeletor, Tethrd Skeletor climbing stick, and we are going to be stealth stripping it, just like these ones are over here. I'm going to be showing you how to do that. And so if you haven't, go to Stealth Outdoors and check out their website. That's where I got a lot of this stuff from. They sell it in bulks and bundles, but they also sell it in packets for specific items that they have and that they use. So go check that out there. Again, it is Stealth Outdoors. You can go to their website, and the website will be in the link here also. All right, so sticks when we're done are going to look like these guys right here. And so I'm going to show you how to do that and different steps that you can take. All right, first thing about this video is go ahead and take off the am steel there and just set that to the side. A couple things that you'll need a mat to be able to cut on, but also use an X-Acto knife here, and blade. A ruler's nice because to make straight cuts, and then that's pretty much all that you would need to do, okay? When you buy this kit from Stealth Outdoors and these stealth strips here, they're come in two different sizes. One size is for the back. The back of this thing's actually a little bit wider than the front because of the way it bees and shapes there at the back. And so you'll have one size that is for the back, and this side, of course, for the front. And everything is pretty much cut to fit, and then you just have to lay it out and cut around all the different things to your preference, whatever you'd like to do. If you wanted to, you could actually, I'll show you what this is for here in a minute, you could actually take everything off and actually mount it that way, but we're not going to do it. First thing I'm going to do is open these. These are going to help know exactly where things need to be, but also when I go to turn it, I can put them on its side like that as I turn it around and get it exactly where I want it, okay? The first thing we're going to do is take this here. You do not need a ruler. If you want to use one, you can, but the simplest way is to not use a ruler and just use your hands and learn to mark it as you go. So butt this up to the bottom cleat here. What I do is I usually just fold this over, tuck it in there, up to where you want it, and then fold it, kind of pinch it, and you'll see that it'll leave a crease right there. I straighten this out, pinch it together, lay this out of the way, then you lay it down right here. Take your ruler, lay it right there, take this. If you get one that's really sharp, it's really easy to use. You sometimes just want one or two passes there on that. So then take this thing, make sure that it fits the way that you want it, okay? Then next thing you're going to do is going to peel this off. Make sure when you're peeling that none of the tape that it's on comes off onto the sticky part. If it does, you need to peel that off too, so you have a clean, full stick to it, okay? Then you're going to lay this down. Before you tack anything down, I just lightly lay it there and try to make sure that everything is centered where it needs to be. There. There. Okay, now that I got it barely tacked down, what I do is first start in the center, work my way all the way down, and then from there start fanning out and sticking it to rubbing it all the way in, all the way down, okay? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and fold these under here, but down here, I'm gonna hold on to that first. I'm gonna take this and going to go backwards. You can press through and out, just like that. And then I'm going to fold that underneath. Then I'm going to take this with my finger, hold it, and cut this off there. And the reason is this thing folds, and so I don't want to mess that up. And I'm going to take this piece here that I have, I'm going to stick it to the side for right now because I'm about to use that for another little tidbit of usefulness on this stick. Do the same thing to this side. Stay back. Okay, that is not going to be big enough, so we're just going to throw that away. Then I'm going to take this here and I'm going to make sure that it's good and tight down there, because the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut in around these. Now this you do not have to do. The reason I am doing this is because I want to make sure that I am able to get to these screws to make sure they are tight and able to make sure everything is good. If I need to do any work to it, I don't have to do this later when maybe it is more secured on there. So I just cut these off and then stick that down. Do the same thing to the other side. Now, let me show you what this piece of tape is before I forget. In here, this thing closes, and you hear that click. Now, you're never going to get rid of that fully, but what I do is I open this up, take this little piece of scrap that we already have, stick it down in there best you can, stick it there. That's where I have this piece here because it fits perfect. And I take that in there and I rub it, and then I also take this and rub the edge right here on the inside to make sure it is good and tight. Rub that in, that way when I fold this in, it still hits a little bit, but it's not going to make a cling sound, it's more of a knock sound on it if I do it hard. But other than that, if I'm doing this slowly, there's no sound. Okay, unlike if I was doing it slowly on this side, even though if I did it slowly, you would still hear a little bit of a sound on there. Now let's go to the top, and this is a little bit tricky here. Notice the stick's a little bent. Check that out here a little bit. But take your piece right here, and same thing, lay it there, lay it there. What I do is I go ahead and come to the end and make my mark just by pushing it down there at the end. And I know this is my line right here. Be as perfect as possible, but if it's not perfect, it's also a tool that's going to get beat up in the woods eventually, so I'm not that worried about it. You take this thing here, stick your knife in there and just twist it around and make that hole. Make that hole for that. Center. Now this stuff actually is really neat because it stretches. There's not like it's, you know, if I don't make the hole just perfect enough, it's not going to work. This stuff actually will stretch around it. So I like to stretch it around there. And then we're going to do the same thing right here that we did on the other side. Cut it off just like that. There. Then make sure all this is rubbed in really good underneath. Okay, we are on to the back. Right here, this piece is pretty simple. It's a little more simple than the front even. But put this piece here. You're going to put that piece there. You're going to push down on this bolt right here, making your spot to cut out. Take this, put that there, and you're going to do the same thing. And you're also going to center it. You're going to push down here and right here on this. So when I flip this thing over, I will have my crease here to cut. I don't know if you can see these creases on the camera. Put that crease there to cut. Then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to cut these little corner pieces out. I'll show you why here in a minute. This piece off here, what you're going to do is you're actually going to put it there instead of all the way down. That way you don't have to fight these bolts right here, these nuts right there. So that makes it a little bit simpler. Again, that's the back side of the tree, so it's not like anything would even see it anyways. Again, hold it just right, try to center it, and barely tack it down. What I'm going to do is take my fingers and run it here across the top and there on the sides. Okay, there's that right there, and what it looks like to the other side looks like. Now the last thing we're going to do is add these little side pieces. Now I already pre-cut these because they take a little bit, but you basically measure from right here on this piece, you measure from right there, then you kind of lay it down, measure down to where you want, and then you cut them all to length. And then you need to, the reason why these are cut out the way they are, and I found this out the hard way when I was doing this the first time, is these things of course are long enough to where this is going to cup around, right? You can see that how it cups around. If you cup around this piece right here, these holes right here on a Skeletor, you are blocking this from getting in when you try to stack them together like these. And so you got to make sure that you leave. If you can see, I left these ones right here, left the hole open, and that's by cutting that little notch out right there. And so that's why that is like that. And so cut those out and then stick them all on. There they are, ready to go. Got all the stealth strips done, and I think they look good, ready to go. Last thing to do on this stick is to go ahead and wind the string on. Wind the string on here, and there is your Skeletors ready to go for the hunting season. Hey y'all, well I'm done, and have been using the stealth strip stuff from Stealth Outdoors and getting some different projects done, and was able to get my platform done there, my tethered predator platform, excuse me. And I also carry on my platform this coming year, I will be carrying a squirrel step on one side. Of course it's a removable there, but I'll be carrying that on one side. Went ahead and stealth stripped that also. I've got my GoPro ready to go, and put some stealth stripping on that. My camera arm here, stealth stripped, ready to go. You gotta be careful, make sure you don't put it anywhere where there's a pivot point where it would mess with that. And then probably the biggest thing was doing my Skeletors here and getting those all ready to go. And so I think they turned out pretty good, excited about it, and can't wait to use them this next year. So if you haven't already, go over to Stealth Outdoors and check out their product there. There'll be a promo code there below. and love for you to go over there and be able to get a discount on getting some stealth strips, and just helps to keep things quieter. Also gives it a little bit of a camo look to it, but keeps things quieter there, and I've been very pleased with that. And the different noise things that happen when you're in the woods, but then also really good durable material and great customer service. Go over and check them out, and there'll be a link to their website in the description, and also of course the promo code there that you can use from Infinite Hunt Outdoors.
If you haven't already, please make sure to go over to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe, and then check us out on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and then also go wild to see more content that we have coming your way.